Hi Hastings customers, I'm Sarah Dessen and I'm here to talk about my new book, What Happened to Goodbye. Hi, I'm Sarah Dessen and I'm here at 411 West in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, my hometown, to talk to you about my new book, What Happened to Goodbye, which is actually set in a restaurant. What Happened to Goodbye is a story about a girl named McLean whose parents have recently gone through a really ugly divorce. And instead of staying with her mom and the mom's new husband and the new babies that have come out of this illicit affair, McLean decides to go on the road with her dad, who is a restaurant fixer. He works for a company that buys restaurants and fixes them up and then resells them. They're only in each town and each school for a few months. And she decides that in every place she's going to be somebody different. And what's great for her is she doesn't have to be anybody for very long, because as soon as she gets sort of settled and used to what she's doing, they move up. They get up, pack up, and move to a new place. So as the book begins, they are just coming to a new town and a new restaurant, but due to a few events that happen in the first few days that McLean is in Lakeview, she finds that she can't be somebody else this time. She has to be herself, and that's sort of what the novel's about. I made McLean's dad be a restaurant fixer because I worked in a restaurant for a long time before I became a teacher and then a writer. And I always love the chaos of the restaurant world. I think it's a great metaphor for just the chaos of life in general, that you have a lot of people thrown together trying to accomplish a goal, which is honestly often just making it through the end of the night. When I was writing the book, I actually had this restaurant in mind, because I often have a place, a concrete place that I know in mind when I'm working. So I'm glad to be able to sort of show it to you before you read the book. I did put a lot of basketball in this book, partially because I love basketball. I grew up here in Chapel Hill, which is basically basketball crazy. Basketball is sort of like a religion. I went trick-or-treating in my neighborhood one year and Michael Jordan was handing out candy because he was friends with someone who lived up the street, and I kept that Jolly Rancher for the rest of my life. And so it's always been a big part of my life. People that don't know me that well don't realize this. So I think as a writer, you like to work in the stuff that you love. So I was glad to finally have an opportunity to do that. I can't believe this is my 10th book, to be honest. It seems like I just published my first one yesterday, but of course in my mind I'm still 20. I don't know, I turned 40 this past summer and that has not really sunk in yet. I would love to say that writing has gotten easier. It has not. If anything, it's sort of gotten harder for me in a lot of ways, but I never really know. Every book is different. Along for the Ride was actually a really fun book to write. What Happened to Goodbye was a much harder book to write. Girls always want to know, are these boys real? And if so, where are they? Because I want to find them. And the truth is, they're not really based on real life because I make them up out of my head, but I definitely took the best qualities of the boys that I loved in high school and continue to love. I always liked boys that were funny. I liked boys that were self-deprecating. I never liked the boy that was the most popular or the best looking in the class. I always liked sort of the weirdo on the outskirts. So I think I've sort of taken all of the qualities of all the boys that I like the most and cobbled them into these amazing, boys. I wish they really were out there. But to me, they are real. So I'm sort of lucky that way. I get to spend a lot of time with them, and I'm always a little sad to see them go. Thanks you guys so much for hanging out with me today here at 411 West in Chapel Hill, my hometown. And I'm really excited about my new book, number 10, and I hope you guys like it. I can't wait for you to read it. Thanks.